It's delivery day. Look at that beautiful sea of red. I gotta get rid of this bucket first though. Golly, that was hard. Thanks for he's a little guy.
Yeah.
He's a real small fella. You can miss him real easy if you're not looking. James, thanks for your help, bro.
Appreciate it.
Very much. Now, if you want to come back and work, we've got plenty to do.
Y'all have fun. I'll see you later.
All right,
You've probably heard the term create your own luck, right? Well, in this case, we're creating our own food source so that maybe we get lucky in the fall. And this piece of property that we've got in northeast Oklahoma has nothing for these deer to eat. So we are really starting from scratch because all they've got right now is some acorns, grass, and the occasional rock.
We're gonna show you exactly how we do it the right way with the right equipment. And probably the most important piece of equipment to start with is your tractor. Thank goodness we got the New Holland T465 because it is exactly what we needed to get this job done.
That's a machine right there. We've got our work cut out for us for the next, well, couple days at least. But all the work we're fixing to do on our food plots wouldn't mean jack if we didn't take the right steps beforehand. Putting in a food plot, get a hold of Whitetail Institute, get a soil sample kit. We took our sample, sent it into them, 24 hours, they sent it back to us. We knew exactly what we needed to do as far as lime and fertilizer. Luckily for us, we got a killer spreader from Stoltzfus. It's great for ag lime. It can spread it wet, dry. It's exactly what we needed. And thanks to this thing, it made our job a whole lot easier.
I'm putting some gas in this thing, get her ready for the day's worth of work, but these Stoltzfus spreaders, you can actually order them with PTO or hydraulics or anything. We actually ordered this one with the engine on it because I can literally hook this to my pickup truck. It's got road rated ply tires on it. I can drag it to Kansas or one of our leases up there and spread some lime, bring it back home or fertilizer or whatever. And I don't need a PTO or a tractor to do it. Tractor obviously makes it easy, and we're gonna be hooking it to that big old New Holland over there today, but I'm just saying, you can order them with this engine and you don't have to have a tractor to get the job done right. Bullseye. Okay, one thing you're going to want to really make sure you do is you get this thing set up just right. Obviously we're doing lime today. So this chart right here will tell you, you got fertilizer is in this lower bracket, lime's in this bracket. Well, our soil sample test from the Whitetail Institute says that we need 2 tons per acre. Well, this is a 2-ton hopper. So, and we've got it filled up. It says at 5 miles an hour with a 5-inch gate opening, it's gonna drop 1 ton per acre. So I'm gonna cover it all twice, and that'll give me 2 tons per acre. Man, we've been at it all day today, but we got all the lime down finally. We've done about 10 acres today and got the job done thanks to the right equipment, the Stoltzfus spreader and this New Holland tractor. If you're gonna do it right, go in on it with some buddies or something, get the right equipment and get the job done right, and it'll pay off big time come fall.
So the lime's been in the ground for almost a year now, and our pH levels are up where we need them. Now it's just time to turn the dirt over and get the seed in the ground.
But before we actually break ground, we got to get all this grass off the top, because after we spread the lime last year, all that native grass just came back in force and the stuff was thick as a jungle. So what we did a few weeks ago, we came in and sprayed it with chemical, killed all that grass on top, and now we're going to bush hog it. A lot of people get that step flip-flop. Trust me, it's a lot easier and a lot better if you spray first and cut second. When it comes to mowing your food plot, you might be thinking, I'm just gonna grab my little ordinary mower and go out there and chop up some grass. I promise you there's nothing ordinary about this big thing. This is the Bush Hog 326. They make a 327. It's 7 foot wide, this one's 6 foot wide, but this is a really heavy duty piece of equipment. Big box frame stuff, you know, 1/2 inch thick steel plate. It has got the oversized gearbox on it. And the reason we wanted something really heavy duty is because, well, we're in northeast Oklahoma and we've got a lot of rocks. If we bang into one, we're not gonna rack our mower or bend it. What we're doing with it today though, we're gonna get in and hit this food plot. We've already burned it all down with chemical and it's just a bunch of brittle grass out there right now. But the thing is, if you just went out there with a disc right now, it would lay over on top of itself and make like a carpet. We're gonna run through it with this rotary cutter, and we're gonna bush hog all this stuff down and obliterate all these little matchsticks, and it'll make it a lot easier for the disc later on. So, got a lot of work to do, but we're gonna get after it.
While Dave's down there finishing mowing that grass, I came up in here to a spot we had picked out for an early season hunt and hung a stand. The thing about early season is the bucks aren't getting to the food plot until dark, so you want to find a transition area between the bedding and the food. While a lot of people don't like hunting that early season heat, I've had some great success at it. A few years ago, I killed a great buck in Kentucky in this exact scenario.
They're coming from the west to the east. There's a clover field up in the east.
Okay.
But you're down out of the woods about 100 yards from it.
Okay. Inside Outdoors TV in Kentucky, bringing it home in velvet.
We'll get the door shut and locked for the night. The Whitetail restaurant's not open yet, but it's gonna be. This is gonna be one awesome food plot. And you know, it's so cool seeing all your planning and scouting and all that come to fruition and all your hard work. We built the fence last year. We opened the ground up, did all the prep work, and now we've come in here, we've cut it all down. We did all the mowing today with the bush hog. Tomorrow's D-Day, we're gonna turn dirt tomorrow. But the reason we put this food plot here is because there's a big ridge that comes to a point right here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it rounds off and goes this way, there's a valley, and it goes this way and there's a valley. This valley is really open, a lot of cattle. This one's real dark timber. And last year I put a blind over there and the deer were piling out of that ravine heading down to some hay meadows. In fact, I killed the largest buck I've ever killed in the state of Oklahoma, right there. That's a fine Oklahoma whitetail, buddy. So we've got all these food plots mowed down. They're flat, smooth, looking good, but they're hard as concrete. So if you can, get your hands on a plow first and break that soil open. We've got this Bush Hog all-purpose plow, and that's exactly what we're gonna do with it before we disc. If not, do the best you can with the disc you got.
Definitely don't want that thing, cocked one way or the other where the back chisels are digging a lot harder than the front or vice versa. The more this food plot comes along, the more excited I get. When the time and conditions are right, there's nothing like hunting over a food plot and watching all these deer. I absolutely love it. One of the best and worst hunting experiences I've ever had of hunting over a food plot was a few years ago in Iowa. The rut was on fire. I knew does would be around the area to get food because it was freezing cold, and I mean a giant comes in. I don't think there's ever even been a stand on this food plot, and it is beautiful. It's Whitetail Institute tall tine tubers down here, and there are so many daggone tracks in here, it's ridiculous. That's a good buck, Shane. That's the closest I've ever come to killing a giant.
We got us a brand new 4-gang disc here. This is the Bush Hog 2D78. This 4-gang disc, you can pitch it, okay, and turn all the blades or the disc at an angle. And what that's really going to do is it's going to lay open the ground, okay? So if you're getting ready to plant for the first time, this year, so the ground's been worked in the past, and you just got grass or thatch on it, using these cutter teeth and running it across there at a pitched angle is really going to open it up nicely. But we opened up brand new ground. This stuff was hard as concrete. There are big dirt clogs out here now. We're planting such small seed that these dirt clogs would fall over on the seed and it wouldn't grow. So what we got to do is smooth this out or chop it up and make it kind of fine, more, finer dirt. So just like running a fine tooth comb through your granddaddy's hair, we're going to turn these gangs straight, okay? Which all I got to do is pull these pins like this, slide it back a little bit, turn them straight like this, and now we're just going to run across here at, decent speed, not too fast obviously, but decent speed. And what it's going to do is just comb all this down nice and smooth and even, and then we'll probably roll it before we throw the seed down. But Where in the world do you think you're going there?
Man, I'm gonna give it a try for a little bit. I've seen you in here while we're out here sweating, and I don't want you to catch cold. And
I wasn't worried about catching a cold. My granddaddy always said, if you don't know how to start it, you're not allowed to drive it. He said, I know how to start it. You better get out of the way, that's all I got to say. Tim's finishing up, and what we're going to start out with, some of these Superior Whitetail oats. This is the Oats Plus, actually, but the reason we're doing the oats and the clover is these oats will come up quick. When these oats come up, they're really sweet, full of sugar, and the deer love them, and they'll leave my little baby clovers alone for the most part. So what we're going to do is we're going to spread these real quick while the ground's loose, and then we're going to roll over it with a roller. We're going to cover this seed in about an inch deep. That's all you want. Once it's all rolled and smooth, we'll go and just seed to soil contact right on top of the ground pretty much. We'll spread the clover. The clover is a perennial. This is an annual. So next spring, I'll come in here with some Arrest. I'll spray all these oats, which will be this tall by then. It'll kill them, won't hurt the clover, and we'll have a nice stand of clover ready to rock and roll for the fall. People ask us, why in the world do you plant oats? Because I know it works. In fact, I was in Virginia one time on a muzzleloader hunt, and the buck we were looking for all week come out and stood perfectly broadside in 4-inch tall Whitetail Institute Oats Plus, and I smoked it.
Hey, buck. Tell me when you're good. Yeah.
What you got for that, Dusty? Welcome to Virginia, buddy. Oh man, that is awesome, brother. So we've got the oats down now, and Tim's out there with the Wolverine rolling it, okay? And while he's doing this, mashing those oat seeds into the soil just a little bit. But when it comes to clover, like I've said before, this stuff you just want to sit right on top of the ground because it's really small. So keep those things in mind. But if you want to grow bigger bucks, plant Whitetail Institute Imperial Clover. It even says it right there, grow bigger bucks. Now you know how to do a food plot the right way, the complete way, and get the most out of your seed and your effort. Do it right, you'll be glad you did.
Keep up with IOTV on social media for all their latest news, tips, and giveaways.
You probably heard the term cuckoo.
I ain't heard that one.
It's Arabic.
Oh. So the pH is where we need it because the lime. The lime's had almost a year to work into the ground, and our pH is exactly where we need it. There's something else we gotta do now.